So now we're going to start learning Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. It's very simple but very pretty. It has a poignancy about it. So we'll start off the chords, by the way. There's only 4 chords. We have a C, and then we're going to go to a G. These are the shapes. For the C, you don't need the middle finger. And then for the G, you're going to cross over, and you'll see why, because you're going to slide this finger up to the 8th fret for an E minor. And this comes from this shaped E minor chord, okay? But we're just using these two. And then we're going down a half step with our 3rd finger to the 7th fret. And the 5th fret, we're getting the D. And that comes from, say, this D chord shape, if you played the bar. Okay, so those are the 4 chords that we need. So we're going to start on the C. And what we're going to do is we're going to hammer our 1st finger onto the 2nd string. And we're going to do that by pinching 5, 3, and 2 with our thumb, index, and middle fingers, okay? Okay, so just like that. Don't make this a grace note, so don't hammer this too quickly. Sometimes when people are first learning how to hammer, they will, and I'm sure there's probably a lot of beginners here come to learn this, so just don't hammer this too quickly, like that, okay? So, and then after that you have, again, strings 2 and 3, so, okay, so you want an equal time allotted for each note. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, now we're going to cross over with our 2nd string onto the G and bring your 3rd finger down to the D on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. And you're going to pinch 6, 3, and 2. And then again, you're going to play the middle finger on the 2nd string and then index finger on the 3rd string, one after the other. So you have this all together. I did here was I took that after the G and I just slid it to the 8th fret. You don't have to play it again because your finger will naturally make the sound of the slide. It's subtle, but it's there. Sorry. Okay, and your 1st finger is going to play the E, which is on the 7th fret, 5th string. And then you're just going to pinch 5, 3, and 2. And then we make the D chord. So you just go down a half step and then 1st finger on the D on the 5th string. And then you pinch all 3 again. And then 2nd string, 3rd string. Okay. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing again. So you do it twice in a row. When you do it the 3rd time, you're going to do something a little bit different when you get to the E minor. You slide up, but then the pinky goes to the 10th fret, 2nd string, and then let go, because the 3rd finger has to stay there. This finger stays there. So, okay, then we go down to the 7th fret. Okay, so we have, sorry, we don't have that. Okay, then slide down, pinch again, and then 8th fret with the pinky. Okay, so you have this. Okay, then we go again. Now sometimes you can do, or just, okay, so hear the difference. So the song is really long and the verse pattern is very similar. So you think about how many times she sings the verse. There's going to be some little variations in what she plays. Not many though, but it's pretty steady throughout the whole thing. But there is one slight little different thing that happens on the E minor chord in the verses, and I'll show you that. So when you get to the E minor, in these two fingers, index and middle, can play those two strings again. So before you do the D, and then do again. So sometimes you can do these together, and sometimes it's just this, and sometimes you just leave this out. Or, and little variations of that, okay? So that's how you play the verses, that's how you play the intro, and that's how you play the verses. If you want the tab, check out the link in the description box. Go to my Patreon and get the tab. And I map out the strum, okay? Hi guys, I just wanted to drop in and say hello, and just to let you know why the reason why I'm not putting covers in the tutorials anymore is because the big guys are taking my monetization, which seems to be a trend. You know, people like Rick Beato, and he's got millions and I've got a couple of thousand, but they still want my money. And hey, a girl's got to make a living, so I'm going to be putting a little bit of snippets of the song that I'm teaching as shorts, and then I will put a link to the short, and they can take the money from the short if they want it. But you know, I do put a lot of time and effort into the tutorials, and I'd like to keep whatever little pennies I can get to myself. So, all right, I just wanted to let you know, and please also, you know, just jump in and leave a little message and let me know if there's other songs in particular that you'd like to learn. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, back to the lesson. Okay, then we get to the chorus, and the chords to the chorus are the same, but they're more the open chords. Okay, so we have a C. We'll just go over the chords first. We have a C, and then we have a G, and an E minor, and a D, and a D sus2, and then a D again. Okay, so those are the only chords in the chorus. Okay, so we have, we're coming from, okay, we're going to go up, down when we get here. Okay, now how to get the sound here is mute 4, so let your first finger be lazy, and mute 1. So your first finger here is just being lazy. The tip of it is playing the 5th string, but it's muting all the other strings. Okay, and then your third finger, is playing the note that you need on the 2nd string. The 3rd string you also want to have ring out, okay? So you want to hear 5, 3, and 2. Okay, so that. And then we're going to do an up kind of into the air, and it kind of, you might think, well, okay, that's just going to come straight into the C, and it happens fast enough that it's known as the open chord cheat, and sometimes we play that in between chords to make things smooth and flow. So we have this. That's it. It's subtle, but it's there. Okay, so down, up, down, down. Same on the G. Down, up, down, down. E minor. Down, up, down. D. And then lift for the down, and then back on for the up, down, down. But it's the same strum. Down, down, up, down. Okay, so remember when we were driving in your car, speed so fast, like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and the arms so nice wrapped around my shoulder. Okay, this is a little bit different. You're going to the C, you're going to go down, up, E minor, down, up, down, down. So you D is down, up, and then D sus2, down, and then back for the D, up, down, down. So feeling that I belonged, anticipation of the beat when you get to the last C and D. So it's going to be down, 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 up, down. Down, 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 up, down. So you get to that D a little bit early. Someone, someone. Okay? So you have and then you're back to, okay? And same stuff. Different. Okay, so you just go, and that's it. That's all it is. You just 8 to 10. Okay, so that's all there is to that. Okay, so here's the outro. Same stuff, right? It's nothing different, right? We're just going to end it, and that's it. That's the whole song, guys. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Please make sure to check out the description box below for some other links. Like and subscribe. Please help support my channel. I'd appreciate that very much. And we'll see you at the next lesson.